Tell the people what they ought to do, and they will say, in effect, mind your own business. But help them to discover for themselves what ought to be done, and they will not be satisfied till it is done.
Nearly 100 years ago, L.J. Hanifin, West Virginia's supervisor of rural schools, writing on new possibilities in education, was a man who saw the future. Hanifin's path to better public schools was not only to involve the community, but also to engage it. More than just passengers on the bus, parents and the school district should work together like gears in the bus's transmission. That was the partnership the Las Cruces Public Schools envisioned when it began in 2012 the Institute for Parent Engagement, or IPE. Modeled after California's Parent Institute for Quality Education, also known as PIQUE, the goal was to open a conversation with parents and directly involve them in their children's education.
So we went out to LA, looked at the program, very viable. Parents were really excited. It was in the evening and they had all kinds of parents in their building getting educated about how the school system works.
PIQUE began with a mission to connect families, schools, and community as partners to advance the education of every child through parent engagement. With a special focus on reaching low-income and minority families, estimates are that the program has enhanced the education of thousands of students. That success is what the Las Cruces Public Schools hopes to emulate with IPE.
Another program in California called PIQUE, P-I-Q-E, which is the Parent Institute for Quality Education, has been in place for about 25 years. And during that 25-year period, they've had tremendous successes with parents once they learn how to advocate, learn how to navigate, and learn how to interact with the district. Their students are much more profoundly able to navigate themselves.
And with those ideals in mind, LCPS's Institute for Parent Engagement was established in the fall of 2012. IPE coordinator Olga Hawkins laid out an aggressive plan to reach out to parents, in particular Latino parents and parents of English language learners, groups that are traditionally underrepresented in community and school conversations.
Through IPE, we have recognized an opportunity for parents to be more involved in our schools and with their children's education.
LCPS began training IPE recruiters and facilitators in preparation of a January 2013 kickoff.
What we did was we got trained, they gave us a script, we actually practiced with one another to see what we were going to say to the parents. Once we were done with that, they gave us the a list of parents we were supposed to call. So basically you call them whenever you have a chance.
Anything that is good is going to involve a lot of work. Okay, so I think that I knew that from the very beginning, especially in working with a language other than English, which in this case is Spanish. That's even, it entails a little bit more work. However, I knew that there was going to be training, so the support would be there as far as initial training, so that you could become familiar with not only why the program was there, but what did it entail as far as lessons preparation time, the meeting on a weekly basis, and then having the opportunity of always being in contact with our director, which is Olga Hawkins, and even networking with the other facilitators that were becoming part of the program.
Parent orientations were held at Lynn Middle School and Mayfield High School in January 2013 and were presented in English.
25,000 students that deserve every bit of our attention and every bit of our effort. So you're important.
And Spanish.
Tenemos 25,000 estudiantes, cada uno de ellos en este distrito merece las mejores oportunidades de educación. Entonces, ustedes son bien importantes y les estamos haciendo.
And held in the morning and evenings with child care provided. Large numbers of 6th to 9th grade parents turned out to look at what IPE had to offer.
I think you do have it, yes. In the Department of Education, every year they give us statistics that says that many of our students in communities like ours might be below grade level in the reading and in their math.
A number of studies support the claims. Students of engaged parents have higher graduation rates. Fewer of them drop out. They have better attendance and have significant increases in college degrees and post-secondary certifications. At the planning session, parents are asked to commit to an 8-week program, 6 weeks of classes, followed by a discussion segment with their school principals, and ending with a graduation ceremony.
Yo escuché de este programa pues, de parte de la escuela. Ellos me llamaron, recibí una llamada donde me explicaban de este programa. Pensé yo que era un solo día, pero cuando ya vine me dijeron que eran como 8 clases, me gustó.
Today's school systems can be intimidating in the maze of acronyms, forms, requirements, and prerequisites. Options and opportunity can easily be lost. The Institute works at giving parents roadmaps through the maze.
So what IPE does is give them a toolbox of skills. I mean, think about it for a minute. If you look in at Las Cruces Public Schools and you listen to us talk on a daily basis as teachers or administrators, we're almost alphabet soup. You know, you have all of the kinds of acronyms you can imagine going on, and we speak them because we know what they are. Well, as a parent, how much would you know about that? And so this helps decodify, if you will, what we're saying in a way that they understand. This program is all about giving parents tools. It's all about giving schools tools, and it's how do we connect the communication between the two so we can truly support and lift the child and make sure they're successful.
The IPE sessions are not classes in the traditional sense. The facilitators are not there to lecture to the parents as if they were students, but rather to promote a conversation among parents and answer questions as they arise. During the 6 weeks, parents collaborate on strategies and discover solutions to issues that range from motivating their teens to read or the importance of a good GPA, to university admission requirements and financial aid options. The week prior to graduation is the time reserved for parents to pose questions or offer suggestions to their child's school principal. In a town hall style, IPE brings in partners from New Mexico State University and the Doña Ana Community College, as well as LCPS administrators, to answer questions.
At the high school level, we have a high schooler. It's been interesting to try to figure out the steps. A lot's changed since we were in school, and we figured if we could go to these classes, especially after the first meeting, we heard what we were going to be learning about. It might make it a little bit easier. And it helped me open up the conversations with our kids, because often they don't have all of the information. They're not sure which questions to ask. Sometimes we weren't even sure which questions to ask.
In March 2013, IPE held graduations for the inaugural group of parents. The 180 members of the class of 2013 were recognized at ceremonies held at Lynn Middle School and Mayfield High School. Superintendent Stan Rounds, dignitaries from the local college and university, and the respective principals praised the success of the Institute and its graduates and promised continued support.
Now, we're very lucky here in Las Cruces. New Mexico State University and Doña Ana Community College have stepped forward to be true partners in helping us with the IPE program. As an example, every family who graduated from IPE in our first 2 cohorts at Lynn or at Mayfield were invited with their children to come to New Mexico State University and tour the campus, have an opportunity to learn about the college experience, to kind of demystify what college is about. You know, if you go visit it, it's not quite the mystery as it is when you drive by on University Boulevard and look at all those big buildings.
Parent participants gave their personal testimonials at the bilingual graduation that celebrated an overwhelmingly successful first year of the Institute.
Y creo que nos ayudó a reconocer la importancia que tenemos los padres al estar presentes en el desarrollo físico, social, académico, psicológico de nuestros hijos, especialmente de los adolescentes, que son los que atraviesan por momentos difíciles como confusión y frustración. De igual manera, es importante aplicar estos conocimientos en los más pequeños para evitar problemas a futuro.
Riding the wave of enthusiasm, Las Cruces Public Schools has plans to extend the reach of IPE.
Now for next year, we're going to have, by the end of the year, 11 schools that will have the opportunity to be engaged by IPE and have an institute specifically for their parents. So if you have an information desire, you need to contact us here at Las Cruces Public Schools and connect with Olga Hawkins, who is leading the program for us to be sure that we make a difference.
100 years ago, Hanifin's idea of building social capital by engaging parents and schools was an academic theory. Today, Las Cruces Public Schools Institute for Parent Engagement is proving his ideas as fact.
Wouldn't it be marvelous if every student every day went to school and had a reason to be there, had a supportive faculty member who would be supporting them at the schoolhouse, and when they went home, had the parents equally engaged in their education, everybody pulling the same direction? And you know what I might bet on that? I might bet that every student would be successful. And how marvelous would it be for them to be able to go on beyond high school into higher education and even become better and better at the skill sets that will make them successful in their lifetime. That's our vision, that's our direction, that's what we hope to accomplish with IPE.